The giant dragon was thrown down out of heaven. He is that old snake called the devil or Satan, who tricks the whole world. The dragon with his angels was thrown down to earth. This is a continuation of the previous dig deep into the snake and Satan, dragons, Leviathan, serpent. You have to bear with me for this because it's very strange, and it's just a theory, and it's just my theory, so you can take what I say, look at the facts, do your own research, and see what you think. So what if I came to you and I said, on the way to work today, I saw a paplanca? You would probably have this dude's expression right here. You wouldn't know what a paplanca was. There's no context to it, even if it was real. So when dragon is used, or the original term in Hebrew, there had to be some evidence behind it so people would know what the reference is to, or else it wouldn't make sense at all. If I say dragon, you know what I'm talking about. In nature, we have the Komodo dragon. It's used in its name. And there's plenty of movies about dragons. How to Train Your Dragon. The Wish Dragon. You have Disney's Raya, the Last Dragon. In the Never-Ending Story, that was kind of like a dragon. You got Pete's Dragon. And then you even have some flags that have dragons on it, like the Welsh flag. Here is just a description of Leviathan in Job by God. It says, it has rows of shields on its back that are tightly sealed together. Each shield is so close to the next one that no air can go between them. They are joined strongly to one another. They hold on to each other and cannot be separated. When it snorts, flashes of light are thrown out, and its eyes look like a light at dawn. Flames blaze from its mouth. Sparks of fire shoot out. Smoke pours out of its nose, as if coming from a large pot over a hot fire. Its breath sets coals on fire, and flames come out of its mouth. That sounds like the description of a dragon to me. So here are some more verses that include the dragon, snake, being thrown down from heaven, referencing Satan as the old snake and the dragon. In Genesis, after the snake had tempted Adam and Eve and they ate from the tree, they ate the fruit, God cursed the animal, and he said that you will crawl on your stomach and you will eat dust all the days of your life, which means before this, he wasn't crawling on his stomach. So could the serpent in Genesis being actually a dragon? I think it was, but not how you probably picture it, and I will show you why I think that. This is some Mesopotamian art of a dragon. Dates back 2nd millennium BCE, and there are some other art pieces found also. But I think the dragon was probably something like this. Here's some fossils I found of long snake-like creatures that had legs. Here are some Egyptian artifacts. This was on King Tutankhamun's tomb, and this was on Pharaoh's. This document says the description of flying serpents in the desert is not unique to the 8th century prophet Isaiah. An account of the campaign against Egypt conducted by the 7th century BCE Assyrian king Esarhaddon mentions snakes with deadly breath and yellow flying serpents. Likewise, the Greek historian Herodotus, writing in the 5th century BC, writes of flying serpents that inhabited the Arabian desert and apparently frequently attacked Egypt. In Isaiah 14 it says, "For out of the serpent's root shall come forth a cockatrice, and his fruit shall be a fiery flying serpent." So in summary, this is a very weird, complicated thing. The word dragon exists, and it has for a long time, and when you think of it, everybody has a similar idea in their head across the entire globe. That alone makes me think that there's some truth to it. We have examples on Earth that are similar to dragons, but God actually describes it to a T in Job and the Leviathan. And I think that dragon is used symbolically to symbolize Satan. But I also think there was a version of it a long time ago, which is where all these art pieces come from. And I think it was sort of like a snake thing. Definitely had scales. It may have had wings and feet, you know. Um, I think something like that did exist based on all the evidence I've looked over. So I guess some things to think about is if you don't believe in dragons at all as a Christian, then why is the word even used? Because why use a word that has no meaning to it? Why the description in Job? And another question, what was the snake, the serpent, before it was cursed? What was it exactly? It wasn't a snake. It definitely wasn't. And we know the snake is here for a specific reason now. But before, it did not crawl on its belly. And if you're a non-Christian and you don't believe in dragons, then how does the word have so much meaning all the way across the globe? It doesn't matter what country, and if you say dragon or that dragon in their language, they would know, or at least the picture in their head would have similarities to the picture in your head. It's just some things to think about.